Hey everybody, today we're going to finish up the lean-to on the side of the building. We got 2x6x10s for the purlins to go up on the trusses, and we got metal. So we're going to finish this thing up, and I'm going to show you exactly how we're doing this. So wood is down right now. I think it's expected to go back up, but I got these 2x6x10 pressure treated for $6.92 each. I've already put some of them up there, and I'm just trying to get my spacing so when I get all the way down here, we're not hanging over or under. So I'm not screwing them in right now, I'm just placing them up there. So when they manufacture these trusses, they put these, I'm not really sure what they're called, cups, cradles, U-channels, not really sure, but they weld them on there and they pre-drill them on the front and on the back. So you just set your 2x6x10 in there, in that cradle, and you use an 1.5" screw, and you screw it in on each side. The other 2x6x10 goes over to that side, so that empty half of the cradle is for that, like that one up there at the very top. So that's how it works. So let's get to placing these up here, and then we'll get to screwing them in. And that's what it looks like when they're all on and screwed in. "60 foot long, 12 foot wide." All right, so we got the metal on the roof, but I didn't get any video of it. It was really windy, and I was by myself, and when I was trying to get the metal up there, the wind was grabbing it, and it was like a sail, and it was sailing on me. I got one piece up there, and the wind blew through and blew it off the roof, and I was trying to move the ladder, and my buddy ended up coming over and helping me, and it took us a little bit, but we got it up there and got it secure. So I apologize for not showing you that, but it was just literally just putting metal up on the roof. It's 3 foot wide, and it is 13 feet long, and it's called 5 rib, and I'll show you how I'm installing it. What you would have seen yesterday would have been an exercise in frustration. So anyway, this is commonly referred to as 5 rib. So each piece has 5 ribs on it. This is the 5th rib right here, and they literally overlap. So the last rib is here, and then the start of the next rib is here. So they overlap right there. And what I'm doing is I'm putting a screw in each flat all the way down in the purlin underneath. All the way down. So I've only got enough in there to hold it in place, but I've got to do it on all the purlins going up. Now, if you remember, these trusses are 12 feet long, but they're only 12 feet long to that flange right there. And then there's an additional foot. So there's 3 inches of overhang right there. And then what I did is I left it off the building about 1 inch, just so for expansion and contraction. And then it's overlapping. So, I mean, you might get a blowing rain, but if you do, it's just gonna run down the building. But the roof on the building overlaps it, so it ought to be just fine. All right, so they didn't give me a bolt pattern or a screw pattern, so I made my own up, and I'm gonna show you down here. So the second purlin right there, the first one I didn't count because it's so close, but the second one, I screwed a screw in every flat. Then I skipped 2, and I went to the third one, and I screwed in every flat. And then I skipped 2, and I screwed in every flat. And then I went back to these 2, and I went every other flat. And then I went back to these 2, and I went every other flat. Let me go upstairs and I'll show you. Now this is just the way I did it, so it doesn't make it right or wrong, but I can promise you it's pretty stout. So the first one's got a screw in every flat, and then the second and third, it's every other flat, okay? And then the fourth, it's every flat, okay? And then the fourth and the fifth, it's every other flat. And then the last one is every flat. All right, so here's the roof right here. Looks really good. I did miss a few purlins when I was screwing in the screws, and so I have a hole. I'm gonna go back with some RTV and patch those up. Not really that imperative because this thing's gonna sweat and it's gonna drip underneath anyway, but I'm just gonna feel better going back and patching those holes. So let me show you what this finished thing looks like from downstairs. I added a piece of trim on the front edge right there just to kind of finish it out. And this is the completed job. This is excellent. I cannot wait to get everything underneath here out of the weather. That's where all the big bucks are. So what I wound up with is 6 10-foot bays. So I'll be able to back the tractor in right here in between and pick up implements. And the tractor will actually drive all the way through. So I'm gonna end up parking the tractor right up here in the front and then putting all the implements back here in the back. And then when I need them, I'll just pull out and access them from whichever bay they're in. Now I've got to get gravel and, you know, and all that, but I don't want to get gravel until I trench it and get water and electric over here. Well, that's gonna do it. Another job well done. And one more thing off my list to do out here at the farm. So I appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you on the next one.